This is one of the areas that has been working well for me. It is my linen closet. No, not my linen closet. This is my utility closet.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, plain and simple.
It was part of a collab that Dee from Dee Lovely Life put on, and you were supposed to declutter and organize an area in your home. And this is the area that I chose to do. And what I wanted was to only have the things that I use pretty much regularly up here, because I have room in my basement that I can keep other items. And so I want to be able to grab things easily. That way I'll actually do it and actually use the things. But since I did this, I got this mop thing, and I also got this vacuum cleaner. Well, for the mop, I needed mop heads. And so I have those, and I stuck them in here. And then I also, with this vacuum cleaner, I got the filters, the extra filters. And so I just stuck them in here. And recently I went through my linen closet, and we got some new towels because some of the other ones were getting a little older. And so I pulled those out and I just stuck them here in the linen closet. But the area is still working for me. But when we do that sort of thing, when we start sticking extra things in, it can get a little out of sorts and not function the way that we had intended. But you have to be able to be flexible. For instance, this little basket here, I added this little bin to keep the things in that go with the vacuum cleaner, the little attachments, because the ones that, if you're not using them, there's a place on there for them to be on the vacuum cleaner, but they kept falling off. And then one of the attachments didn't even have a place on the vacuum cleaner. So when I want to use that, I'll just grab it out of this bin. Well, today I thought, well, I'll show you what's been working for me, but I don't want to keep all these extra things in here. So let me get the things out of here that are kind of messing up my mojo. And actually the reason I even thought to do this was because I came to get my refill of hand soap. That's supposed to be here, and it's not. So that means I need to go downstairs and grab one of the extra ones. I grabbed myself a little bin so I can just go ahead and throw this stuff right into there. And I can hear it? I don't know if you heard it, but my washer, it's beeping. It's telling me that my sheets are actually done washing, and so I need to throw them into the dryer while I'm down there in the basement putting these things away. Now, I don't have my area set up for these items yet. I think that was the reason I left them up here for the time being, but I'm kind of tired of them being in my way, you know? I mean, they're not really hurting nothing, but they're still visually in my way, and that makes me less likely to come in here and use this area as I want to. Now, I know that probably doesn't make sense to some of you, but for me, that's just how it works. It looks like I need to come in here and sweep my floor a little bit, but I'll do that when I come back in here. And this easy off stuff, hubby cleans the tub for me, and every once in a while he uses this easy off on there. And I would tell you how he does it, but I don't know. He does it, not me. And then, yeah, let me go down there and get my bottle of soap refill. I'm going to grab that, refill my soap, and come back up here, and then we'll get an after shot. Okay, well, you can see I don't have everything like set up down here yet. And I got a bunch of stuff over here. All this stuff I need to go through and figure out how I want to organize all this extra. I have a lot of rags and things, but I'm going to use those as I come through here and clean up in the basement because it's pretty messy. And I'll just pitch them afterwards. So that's why I'm hanging on to all those for now. Yeah, what I noticed was, okay, so what I did was I put all of these things, other than the rags, I put it all into the bin. It's not what I was going to do, but that's what I ended up doing. And I realized that, here's my soap stuff. I got a few of these when they were at the Dollar Tree. I saw those because Diana Simplify she said they were over at the Dollar Tree, and I had hubby go over and get me some. So we were lucky to get some because I like the ones with the coconut. Anyway, that fit right in there. So I'm going to leave it because I'm going to be getting in here in this room pretty soon and start working on this area of the basement. So that will work out just fine for right now. It's temporary, but it's working for now. And I'll know where that stuff's at whenever I need to use anything in it. And now I'm going to go in there and take care of my laundry. I got stuff in the washer beeping and telling me that he wants to go into the dryer. And I think my light's been off this whole time. There you go. Now you can see. I reckon you can see good enough. It's just, you know, a bin and a bottle. I ain't going to do that all over again just because it wasn't lit up. I hope it turned out okay. I apologize if it didn't. But now I'm going to go in there and deal with that laundry because, you know, it's screaming at me. Bye. I'll be back in a second. Well, I already washed off my bottles and cleaned that little thing out and did a little stuff in here in the bathroom, but this soap thing was empty. So I needed to go and refill it, and I need to do the one in the kitchen as well. And usually I wait until they're empty before I do it, but you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start just refilling it on Monday, whether it's empty or not. I'm just going to go ahead and fill it up. And that way, it'll be done. And it'll just be on my routine. As I'm decluttering, I'm starting to find that I want to start having some more routine. Add to the routine. I do some stuff have routine on, but I want to start adding to it and do a little bit more routine. Add a little to my routine. So that I can start keeping my house not just tidied up, but start keeping it more cleaned up as well. And that's not the same thing. You can tidy it, but you also need to do your cleaning. And when you're decluttering, sometimes tidying's about all you can manage. But eventually you get to the point where you have a little bit more room in you to add a little cleaning to your routine and keep it up. It's one thing to be able to do a little cleaning, but to be able to do it regular enough that you're keeping everything cleaned up, that's a whole thing altogether. Now, I'm going to put this down because I'm sure you don't want to watch me do this whole thing the slow way, and I can't hardly do it with this hand. So I'm going to put this camera down and finish this up. And we'll be right back. As you can see, this in here in the kitchen, it still has some soap in it, but I'm going to go ahead and fill it up. Like I said, I want to start making this be part of my routine of things that I'm just going to do on Monday. Just reset it no matter how little, how much it's been used. And I'm going to just go ahead and refill it, and then it'll be done. And I won't have to worry about it getting low. Now, hubby, he uses whatever he wants to in his in the half bath. He has some soap in there, so I don't need to worry about that. But the kitchen one and the bathroom one, I use the same thing, and it's not what's on this bottle. It is not the milk and golden honey. I got that one, and it squirted onto my counter in my bathroom, and it left a yellow stain. And I finally got it out, but I don't like that, so I just use the bottle and refill it. Try to squeeze as hard as I can to get that out of there. Hang on, I'll show you. This one is called Gently Coconut. It's not the one that I like. I haven't been able to find refills for the one or even these for what I used to use. It was also a coconut one, but it wasn't this, and it wasn't this. But I can't get it anymore, so we switched over to this one here. I don't like it quite as good, but it works. So there you go. And now I'm going to put the lid on this. I'm going to wash it off a little bit because I always try to wash it off when I refill it. And put it back in place. And then we're going to go get us an after shot of the utility closet. Or the, what is that thing? Yeah, utility closet. Let's go see what that looks like once we get everything put back in there. Okay, there we go. It's back in place. And now we can see I can grab everything out. Nothing's in the way, and that's how I have to have it for me. I mean, you know, a lot of people, you'll move the things out of the way and get whatever you want. But I have found that if I have to do that, then I won't come and grab the things out. And I have 2 things of paper towels here. Usually I just have 1, but that's okay. Somehow I ended up with 2 in here, but I'll use them up with cleaning and whatever. But this works for me because I can reach in here and grab whichever thing I want to use, and there's nothing in the way. I have some bleach down there. There's not much in that bottle. Just keep a little bit in case I need a little bleach up here for any reason. My main bleach bottle is in the basement. And I have a bucket. I have my vacuum cleaner. I haven't swept this little floor yet, but I need to do that today. And this is also a new addition, and it's still, I'm not sure still if I'm going to hang on to it. I have used it a couple of times, though, so I may hang on to it. It makes it so that I don't sweep my floor as often, though. That's the problem with it. So it may need a different spot, but for now, that's where it's at. And then I have a couple of candles here. I don't light candles very often because my husband, he can't breathe very well when there's candles lit, or many, I don't even know if they have to be lit, but he just can't breathe with that stuff. So I don't like candles. But I did find that when we have a skunk problem in our area, and if we get the skunk smell, I can light one of those candles, and I do it when he's not home, but I can light one of those candles, and that has been good for taking out that skunk smell. And then these are just some more things. I have some basically refill stuff, and then the easy off. So I have that there handy for me. And then I have some floor cleaner, some furniture polish, disinfectant wipes, stuff like that. And my tools for my vacuum cleaner. Loving my vacuum cleaner. And let's see what else. Oh, and I realized why. I have some. Sorry, I'm distracted. I have some microfiber towels and some gloves here. But I realized how come my accent is coming out so much. I've been watching this channel, Brenda Gant. Brenda Gant cooks, or Brenda Gant, I don't know, she just does all kinds of things. And she's an older Southern lady, and her accent, I think I've been listening to her, and my accent is starting to come out. Because anytime I go home to Kentucky, I'm from Kentucky, and anytime I go there for like a family reunion, I come back and my accent has really gotten deep, right? And so I just listening to 2 or 3 of her videos, and I'm finding that my accent is coming out, and I didn't even realize it. Yeah, I mean, it's there all the time, but it is a little bit stronger right now, so that's okay. I thought perhaps a thing or 2 could find a place to stay. I put them on and left them there, but they were in my way. No matter where I scooted them, they didn't seem to fit. It was only just a thing or 2, so I didn't want to quit. But every time I took a look, looking back at me was everything I put on there that didn't need to be. I took them off of where they were and put them somewhere else. So now there's nothing extra in the place upon my shelf. I talked longer than I really intended to, but I wanted to show you one of the areas that does work for me and tell you a little bit about why it works for me. It works for me because anything that's in here that I want to grab, I can grab it very easily without having to move anything else in order to get to it. And that is what I have found I need to do in order for me to actually use the stuff. And I am actually using this stuff, and I think this was back, I want to say this was maybe March, April, and as you can see, it's stayed in pretty good order, and I'm actually using it. So that to me tells me it is working for me. So let me know in the comments if you have an area around your house like this that is working for you. You may not have to have, everything like this. I mean, I'm down to the bare minimum here. You may not have to have it like this, but if you've got an area that is working for you, let me know. I'd love to hear all about it. And if you have any tips for other people, other people read the comments. So if you have some tips for areas, what do you do? Do you have a utility closet? What do you do? How do you keep yours tidy and organized? Or do you have some problem areas and maybe you would like to have some tips from other people or from me? Let us know in the comments and maybe we can help you out. So for now, thanks for watching. Love you guys. Happy decluttering.
What you doing, Pumpkin? Yeah? Are you going to declutter some stuff? Yeah.
I mean, there really wasn't that much extra in there. But when there's extra in there, I find that I am less likely to come in and grab the stuff and just do the cleaning that I need to do.